the reality is D1 has 11.6 scholarships. D2 has less than that. D3 has no money, right? No scholarships, only academic.
Something that I really want to talk about and touch on is the actual academic side of baseball and how it goes hand in hand with the athletics, where it's scholarships, the academic money, and how kids can actually visualize or see how these things work on the back end, almost like how a business works, the back end of athletics and scholarships and stuff. So can you please break that down for me? Because I got no idea.
It's 100% a business, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. The reality is D1 has 11.6 scholarships. D2 has less than that. D3 has no money, right? No scholarships, only academic.
Right.
NAIA, wild, wild west. You know, you want to get a kid, they'll get a kid. You know, however much money we got in the bank, we're getting it over to that kid if they really want you, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But D1, right, going back to that, 11.6, really tricky for a lot of coaches, right? And I think it's one of those things where we can't miss. Right? If I'm going to give a kid half a scholarship, I better be right. And so that's why you're seeing a lot of kids that, you know, can afford the school, maybe the wealthier end of the players, or, you know, players that, you know, have well means, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you're seeing them get spots, maybe not because they're more talented than somebody else. It's because they can afford the school and they don't have to put any money towards them. Right? And I think it also, you know, everything is based off your FAFSA, right? I don't know if you've done that,
Yeah,
obviously.
I've done the FAFSA.
Yeah, so the FAFSA, you know, determines how much money you'll owe to the school based off how much money your family makes and things like that. And by filling out one of those FAFSAs, you know, you're going to see kids at certain schools that are low income because they're cheap, you know, and they're good. Some of them are really good baseball players. If you can get a really, you know, I feel bad, but like if you get a low income player that's really, really good, like your team's going to be good because he's free in most cases, you know, especially at some of the Cal States and state schools.
Yeah.
Where it's really that middle class kid that kind of gets, you know, passed over because they can't miss on you. Like you have to be a guy, you have to be a dude, you have to be somebody that is going to produce right away. Because if you're not, I can't give you money. I only have 11.6. You know, I don't have much to give. And I think that is where, you know, I think that the NCAA doesn't do a great job, because there's no reason why we shouldn't be giving more money to baseball, because I think it does generate money, especially Omaha and things like that. They have contracts and television deals. I mean, I watch SEC baseball all the time. You know, shout out to my cousin Mick Paul over at LSU. You know, it's one of those things that, you know, you can't tell me they're not making money.
Yeah.
They're making money. So, like, let's be able to spend that money and get these kids, you know, scholarships. And I get it. D2s don't have a contract television-wise. But, you know, a lot of D2s do a lot of benefits, right? They give a lot more academic money. They give you know, housing, food, things like that, which really benefits their programs. And the teams that are very successful do that, and they do well at it, and they don't miss because they're getting the kids that can obviously get accepted to the school and then obviously work in to a starting role and play right away, which is awesome. D3, you know, you're dealing with a lot of really good schools. You know, I know a lot of the Ivy Leagues are D3, and it's tough to get into those schools academically. There's no money. There's no money there. Like if you're D3, you're going to go, you're going to play, and you're going to try your best. And you have an opportunity to get drafted and get signed. I mean, in last year's draft, there was, I want to say 5 kids that got signed D3. And yeah, that's not a lot, but there's not that many rounds anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's like 20 rounds. That's nothing. It used to be 30, 50, you know, let's get as many kids as we can out here. But, you know, going back to it, it's one of those things that I personally, as a coach, like to send kids NAIA. If you're on the bubble of D2, D3 baseball player, I'd like to send you NAIA. It gives you a lot more flexibility. It allows you to probably play right away, get good scholarship money, and you can leave. If you do really well, you can leave.
Yeah.
I mean, if you tear it up, you're an all-conference guy, and you're a freshman, leave. Go somewhere else if you want to. You have the transfer portal. You can do it. See what's out there for you if you really want to go D1. But really, what really happens is a lot of NAIA kids fall in love with their school and their cities because they're in unique areas. I mean, you were in Sioux City, Iowa. You know, it's a great town. You know, has a Hard Rock. You know,
It has a Hard Rock.
It has a Hard Rock. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
But no, it's a great town, great city, and you know, you're right down the street from Omaha, and you know, it's one of those things that you have to love the game and to be in those towns and to be in those areas. And you know, yeah, D1 is awesome and flashy, but I don't think I've met any kids that love the game more than NAIA baseball players.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah,
They live and breathe it.
They go through so much crap that that other programs don't have to deal with. You know, like certain teams have people that pull the tarps for them. Yeah. Oh, get the guys out there, pull the tarps. Like you're pulling the tarp at the NAIA level.
We've done that before.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, you're dealing with everything, and you know, you're not getting buses, you're not getting charter planes, you're not getting any of that stuff. You're getting a school bus, you're getting a van. You know, hey, fit 15 guys in the van and let's rock and roll. Like it's an amazing experience, and you just see the passion for baseball at those, you know, those little towns. The whole town comes out. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, speaking on that, like the school that I went to, Morningside University, you know, it was the entire town's culture where we would have games, and like a lot of the people from the town would just show up and be like, oh yeah, the Mustangs are playing, here we go.
No, I mean, Briarcliff and Morningside, that's an epic
rivalry.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Almost got into a couple brawls, so
I'm sure,
fun, you know.
I'm sure. That's probably why people show up.
Exactly.
You know? But yeah, no, it's one of those things that, again, we talked about it earlier in the beginning of this episode. You know, 40,000 college kids play baseball. Be one of those 40,000. Whether it's the JUCO, the D1, D2, D3, go somewhere where you're gonna play. Don't go somewhere where you're just gonna sit and watch, because you can do that from your house or my house.
Yeah.
Watch the SEC network, or you know, whatever games you want to watch. I mean, that's not what this is about. You know, play, because I tell a lot of kids this, especially at, you know, where I coach. Like, you know, I have kids that are like, I don't know if I want to play at the next level. I'm like, you should, because at the end of the day, that's always going to be on your resume. That you playing at Morningside will always be on your resume.
Yep.
When you want to coach your kid, okay, whether it's a boy, girl, whatever it is, you're going to say, yeah, I played college baseball.
Yep.
And no one can take that away from you. Like, yeah, I played college baseball. This is what I did. I'm going to coach this team. I'm going to be a part of it and be around. And, you know, that dad who played 12-year-old baseball in Little League and is, you know, fired up. Like, yeah, man, sorry.
Yeah,
you
kick
know?
rocks.
Yeah, we're going to.
It's my turn.
Yeah, we're going to show you how it's really done.
Yeah.